I think he appears a little later on in the film for a brief second and has no lines where he's tied to a bed. Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to 31. So, we're on to day 5. Hang on, no. Day 6, sorry. Yeah, and the year is. And we're going back to the year of 1992 when the film Candyman came out. Directed by Barnard Rose, starring Virginia Madsen, and also starring Tony Todd. This is based on a short story written by Clive Barker called The Forbinden, which is one of many short stories in his book called Clive Barker's Book of Blood. And a lot of his short film stories from that book have been made into films, like The Midnight Meat Train, which we will review later on in this marathon that we are going on. So yes, let's get back to Candyman. So, basically, every horror fan should know the story of Candyman. You say his name 5 times in the mirror, he comes out and he gets you. And of course, in the film, we follow our main protagonist, Helen, played by Virginia Madsen, and she goes out on this investigation, studying urban legends for her husband, who is a university professor. And of course, the deeper she digs into this, the more she finds, is this really an urban legend? Did it really happen? Of course, we all know it does. So yes, and a lot of dark twists and turns happen as well in this film, and we discover more about why Candyman isn't so quick to kill Helen. So let's get on to my likes and dislikes about this film. First of all, the likes. Well, I liked that. I like Tony Todd in this. He's so sinister and creepy, and that deep voice he says. I mean, it's like relaxing, yet it's sinister and creepy, and I like that from him. I think he's a good horror actor. To me, I like to think of him as the Morgan Freeman of horror, because I like the sound of his voice like Morgan Freeman's. Also, I liked Virginia Madsen in this as Helen, and she was really beautiful in this film, and you could see the chemistry she shared with him, with Candyman, and stuff. I also like that this had a cameo from Ted Raimi, Sam Raimi's brother, who was in the opening scene as Billy. I think he appears a little later on in the film for a brief second and has no lines where he's tied to a bed. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I did see that. I think I saw him. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if I was right about that. I also liked the music in this. I mean, the soundtrack was so amazing. That Candyman theme, it was just so relaxing and nice. I just like the music played in this film. It is, like I just said, relaxing and just calming. I like the sound. I like that music tone. That do 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 do. I liked that. I really did like that music. I liked the soundtrack a lot. One of the best soundtracks in horror, I would say. I also enjoyed, the dark investigation and that and stuff. and that. Yeah, I just love this film a lot, and people, I get why this is such a big hit, because I've seen this film. This is the third time I've seen it. I've seen this before now. I've seen this film twice, and yeah, I never got round to reviewing it till now. Yeah, I mean, I know there are sequels to this too, for 3 films in the franchise, and that. This also had Clive Barker as an executive producer. There are a lot of differences with the short story and the film. Like, the film is set in Chicago, but the original short story is actually set in Liverpool, England. And Candyman's not black; he's white with blonde frizzy hair and a mix and match of matched coloured coat, a technicoloured coat, and he has a hook. So basically, picture Colin Baker's Sixth Doctor with a hook. That's what I can envision him as. But still, I do like this movie adaptation as well, and that. And I've already said I like the music and the soundtrack, the performances in this given to us by our 2 leads, which were just great. This is a moving. I find this horror film moving yet relaxing and dark and creepy at the same time. And here's another fact: when Tony Todd, the whole scene with the bees. Of course, a lot of horror fans might know this, but if you don't, they were real bees on his, in his mouth. He had real bees in his mouth, and he was really calm throughout it. And that is commitment right there. I mean, Tony Todd, quite brave for holding those bees in his mouth and around his whole costume and that. Yeah, I just enjoyed the film. My dislikes, I would only say that it is a little bit of a slow burner and that, but it's worth the build up and suspense. I would say I was just hooked on this film. No pun intended there, no pun intended. But I was. It was just excuse me. It was just great. I enjoy this film. So I'm going to get onto my final thoughts and ratings. But this film was shot great. The cinematography was spot on. The acting, the soundtrack, I really loved, and I can't recommend this film enough to you people, especially if you love Clive Barker's stuff. So I'm just going to get on to the ratings. I'm going to give Candyman. You know what? I'm giving this probably. Yeah, I'm going to give this 4.5 machetes out of 5 again. 4.5 machetes out of 5 because I did enjoy this. So yeah, this has been 31 day 6. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links, as you know, are linked down below in the description. Facebook group, The Random Horror Madhouse, my Twitter, sorry about that, I'll quickly wrap it up. Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, all linked down below in the description. So until next time, don't have nightmares, and I will see you tomorrow. Yes, with day 7, night 3.